I must not go to battle myself, as I am constantly told, lest I am slain or captured.
There is still Damon.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, I take it that she still has heard nothing back from him. Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. I'm back with another episode of House of the Dragon. This is Season 2, Episode 6, called Smallfolk.
We have given the war to the dragons.
We saw lots of stuff being put in place last episode, and the grief and dealing of Aegon being very seriously injured on his deathbed, and Alys and Rhaenys gone. It's very sad. Really sucks. It puts the Blacks in very bad shape. And yes, the Blacks are my favorite team. I am all for Rhaenyra. I do not like Alicent. I understand Alicent has reasons for what she's done, but I still don't approve. I don't like it, and I don't agree with it. Cages for the prisoners.
Tell my brother we are ready to march as soon as Prince Aemond is able to join us on Vega. The men have had a long march. They are most eager to embrace the hospitality of your keep.
The Dragon War, which is dangerous as fuck for all sides, and here, let me take over your land and eat your food and resources and farm your small folk.
Not a dog to be called to heel. Tell your brother that if he does not deliver his host to Harrenhal with haste, Daemon's dragon will become the least of his worries. I have a task for you, Sir Dylan.
He just completely ignored her.
We will make an alliance with the Triarchy. I've had enough of this cursed blockade.
Cannot mean to treat with the free cities. They're dangerous mercenaries.
Triarchy will delight in a chance to terrorize the sea snake again.
But they are not to be trusted. Your father knew this. What has come of our letters to the Greyjoys?
They have been to no avail.
The red kraken went, seeking his best advantage.
Right, yeah, I do remember they said that they were going to try to go for the Greyjoys, and that gets shot down.
An offer of marriage, perhaps, to the Dowager Queen.
Not by them.
Out of the question.
By the Greyjoys.
And are we to invite these alien raiders into our waters?
It's time you set out for Harrenhal, I think.
He's even shutting Cole down.
I no longer have the numbers to challenge him.
The longer we wait, the more chance he will prevail. I'll fly out to meet you when the time is ripe. My uncle is a challenge I welcome, if he dares face me.
He's just such a fanboy of Daemon that I feel like part of this is really just that. He wants to show up Daemon.
Mother? A word.
Now, I think this part I heard about.
I caution you, Aemond. Boldness is one thing.
Your place on the small council.
You know very well I represented your father. I have been a counsellor to Aegon.
Capably so. Father's dead, Aegonis.
Yeah, whose fault might that be?
Served the realm well. You are no longer obliged.
You have the impetuousness of youth and its arrogance.
I release you of your seat. Sure you'll be much pleased to return to more domestic pursuits.
Trying to be mothering now.
Have the indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged?
What is she gonna do? Because she's never spent a freaking... I mean, it doesn't seem like she spent a freaking second in Old Town. She's been at King's Landing, serving these people her entire life, at least it seems like. And doing the bidding of her father. Yay! He took it! Woohoo! Oh, I know what this is too. I've gotten lots of spoilers on certain things.
Open Darkland, your grace.
Is aught amiss, Your Grace?
I find myself, Sir Stephen, in an impossible position. I have lost Princess Rhaenys. I must not go to battle myself, as I am constantly told, lest I am slain or captured.
There is still Damon.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, I take it that she still has heard nothing back from him.
Proceed as if I stand alone. To do that, I need more dragon riders.
But there are no more in your family. The babes. There is Rhaena.
She has attempted it. The dragons here would not take her as a rider.
You are of noble birth. Ariana was born a Targaryen princess.
To even consider such a thing.
The risk involved in such a venture.
It's great. But the reward could be greater.
Your Grace honours me beyond what I deserve.
Understand your peril. I do not compel you to do this. To claim a dragon, you must also be prepared to die.
I accept it with gladness. That is my oath, Your Grace.
Perhaps the gods will favour us.
At least there was real informed consent there. Not being coerced into something that he really didn't want to do. Although he could still feel like he has to anyway because of his position. Alright, Demon, what's going on in that fucked up head of yours? Oh, people have been waiting for this.
Did you say it? The heir for a day.
You can't possibly still be angry about this.
Laughing with the whores and lickspittles. And everything I've given you, you've thrown back in my face.
Don't.
To name a new heir. By order of your king.
Is this him, like, needing to come to a reckoning with himself?
Open the door! Open the door!
Oh, don't start that one. We don't need to open the door thing. Or hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Can I be of assistance, Your Grace? What are you playing at?
Instead of Hodor, it would be Odor.
Odor.
Old places. Are you mocking me? Sit!
I wonder how much they go through this kind of stuff. And I wonder if some of the stuff going on with Larys is in part from his time in Harrenhal. Like if some of this woods magic and stuff like that that's going on has made him capable of more than just your average spying.
Sorry, Your Grace.
Whatever your game is strong, I assure you, your king is on his guard. Yes, Your Grace.
I'm wondering if his own kids have had to deal with shit like that, and that is how he's like tried to calm them. Because that's definitely what I do with kids sometimes when they get really, really upset, out of control, and they just can't calm down.
You weren't going to bid me farewell?
There's something wrong with me. Someone poisoned me.
Nobody poisoned you.
Or else it's his swamp air or...
The ghost of Harren the Black Spire Tower?
Drivel! All of it! The blasted weirwood bed, I'm done with it!
Ah, yes, it is your way, is it not? Run!
Run away.
Dragonstone, Stepstones, Pentos, Harrenhal.
I wake and I do not know where I've been.
There are older things in this world than you, or I, or a living memory. You are not the player, but a piece on the board.
In the Game of Thrones.
I'm not like you.
You don't have to like her. Oh, he's not like her.
She never even wanted it. The crown.
Perhaps those who strive for it are the least suited to wear it.
Don't lecture me!
Oh, somebody said her smile reminded them of, what was that awful guy's name on Game of Thrones? The bastard kid that was like torturing Greyjoy, calling him Reek. Ended up marrying Sansa and then like abusing her every night.
Will never raise their banners as one. They would rather die than yield 1 inch.
But yeah, they said when she smiles, it looks just like his face.
I need help.
In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
And you're thinking of Ramsey Bolt.
Yes, Ramsey. That's who they were saying her face looked like, and they were right. Like they showed side by side pictures of both of them smiling, and they looked so much alike.
Doesn't he have to talk with the words of the dragon? Like they did?
I think they teach them just like a little bit to give the dragons basic commands, kind of like they did with the kids when they were little. Problem, though, in my opinion, is that they should have given him much longer to prepare him.
Lakiri. Close. See smoke. Doheras.
Do not show fear.
Ribas.
Yeah, like the whole do not show fear, like they really should have been giving him scenarios to act out that are really scary for him to get used to not showing fear in a very scary fucking situation. He's just so unprepared. I don't think that'll matter though, because I think Sea Smoke really wants somebody else as his rider. Or hers. I don't know if it's he or her. He is no Aemon Targaryen.
I've done it.
Now, see, in the books, they say they go through a whole bunch of these that are like this before they're able to find somebody that is actually able to ride the dragon.
I wish you to sail with me as my first mate.
There are more experienced men at your service.
I was younger than you when I took my first command. You distinguished yourself in the Stepstones, and you have the respect of the crew.
Is this an order or a request?
I will expect you to report for your duties on the morrow.
So, there you go. That's an order. I wonder what he actually wants, though. He obviously doesn't want that position, at least not now. So what does he want?
Bit thin, isn't it?
It's either that or the fish.
Nothing but fish in this damn city.
At least there's something.
An ale here.
Oh, that's Sylvie.
Sick, doesn't it? Knowing they're banqueting every night.
And the girl is Deanna from when Aegon raped her at the first season, I think.
Feasting and merriment for the new Prince Regent.
And him always acting so correct.
Well paid. And well fed, too.
There's more fish on the side.
Brats of lamb. Mince pies. Honey cakes. Beef and gravy. And what do you think? Tomorrow, with dancing. I should not have spoken so free.
King Viserys loved his feasts, but never while us small folk went without.
Right, and he kept peace mostly for his whole time in position.
And his rightful heir denied her seat. No use wondering what might have been.
Yep. Asari's spreading of rumors is doing what it needs to do.
Not as sensational.
Not as sensational. I don't think she was
Yet
looking for
retake-
sensation.
It is my fault, I think, that you have forgotten to fear me.
You have definitely overstepped. She is the queen, whether you like it or not, and whether you think that she's the gentler sex or needs to be protected or doesn't know what she's doing. You should not be talking to her.
Surely it was not the only possibility.
Who will be so foolish as to try, after hearing what befell Sir Stephen?
Just wait. Just wait. Woohoo. I know I've seen the little shorts of Sea Smoke going after Adam of Hull. I am looking forward to seeing that.
The usurpers have abandoned them. They are hungry, and they need someone to blame. We have laid the kindling only. Tonight we will light it.
When it does, Aemond will put it down with force.
We'll make it rise the hotter. It is harder to wage war when you must also keep peace at home.
Yep.
If I may, Your Grace.
Trying to put out tons of fires at the same time.
This becomes you.
A lot harder. Rhaenyra, come on.
I've been waiting all day. I'll take anything.
Got enough sheep for your dragons then, but none for us. We want meat.
It seems, Your Grace, that the small folk have become restless.
You think?
Not food enough in the city.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
Why is this anger directed at us?
Duh. You are the ruling party in King's Landing? Who the fuck do you think they're going to direct it at?
Grace has yet to name a hand.
Do you take me for a fool? Have little patience for the self-important, Lord Larys.
You think you're self-important too. You forced yourself into this position. You knew what you were doing.
Make it your responsibility.
My prince, it is an honor I'd never considered for myself.
Not to serve as hand, you toad. Send word to Otto. My grandsire may be overcautious, but his devotion to his family has never been in doubt.
I know a lot of people really want Otto Hightower back. I just so vehemently dislike him. I do not want him back.
The king has regained consciousness.
Said there was little hope.
Little hope doesn't mean no hope.
He may yet live, thank the gods.
Not happy news. See my brother. Hello. What do you remember?
That you called Dracarys on his ass?
You challenged me least. It was foolish.
I remember nothing. My prince.
You're in the most capable hands. Seems my brother has a long recovery ahead of him, Grand Maester. See that he is made to rest comfortably.
Not all of us are called to great deeds. Some of us must serve in smaller ways. None of this is your fault.
Or yours.
I want Mother.
Yeah.
I know it's difficult, but it...
Sheep Stiller. Another thing a lot of people are very upset about. I really, really hope that they're wrong and that they're just misdirecting us. But from what I've been able to see so far, it looks like they're going to take the direction that a lot of people are very upset about.
Prince Reggio has answered your letter. He'll be most pleased to shelter Rhaenyra's youngest sons in Pentos.
And
the house, sister. Thought you'd be happy. At least less morose.
You misled me. There is a large dragon in the Vale.
It is large and formidable, but alas, wild.
Alas.
Lord Corlys has chosen to raise you up, and yet you still continue this subterfuge.
To get the wrong idea.
About what? You're just like him. You saved his life.
We spent the whole of our lives in the shadow of this. Do not wish to dwell in it any longer.
So you belittle your great opportunity. While me, he ignores.
Well, I don't think that'll last long.
The sea snake would sooner have high tide claimed by the sea than call us his sons.
I think you are wrong. I think Rhaenys' wishes hopefully will carry after a while.
I admire you for it.
She's like, and now I lost a good night.
He's lucky I did not have his tongue.
And what did he say that was so deserving?
I have tired of being protected. I bring to mind too much their mothers, or their daughters. They must see in me a ruler.
My ruler is my mother. Do not wish it otherwise. Will you lead us to war yourself?
Doing all I can.
We will still never match the strength of the Green armies. We need Daemon.
May I be free for even 1 hour of the constant refrain of Daemon, Daemon, Daemon.
Your Grace. Missaria.
My queen, our gift is sent.
What gift?
It is hope for clouds over the Blackwater tonight.
You could tell your kid he's supposed to be your heir. Gotta apprise him of some of this stuff and explain how it works. Okay. But is it safe? Why is it by itself? Who the fuck sent it? Oh, this is part of Vissaria's plan. Get food to the Smallfolk from the Targaryens. I want to put a little note with it. Oh, well, that might be more obvious. Like, I want to let them know, look, we're giving this to you. We know that you're hungry and you need to eat.
His mending may be long and painful. Hope that his grace will be spared.
And what will he be if he lives?
A lot of pain for a long, long time.
My letters to my father.
There has been no word from Sir Otto as of yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I've heard nothing, but neither have I sent any message. If he wrote letters, it would be to you. You were always his favourite.
There has been no word.
Otto Hightower is ever resourceful. He will send news when there is news to send.
I often wonder what life could have been if he had brought you to court instead.
I'm the eldest son. It was right.
You were 8 years of age and motherless. It must have been different.
You were motherless also.
My son Daron. What's he like? Less and less these days.
10 and 6 now.
6.
Letters perhaps hold less of his interest. He's stalwart. Clever. As adept with his lute as he is with his sword. And a feature in the fancies of many a young lady, I'll wager. He's kind.
That's good. Kindness is a quality I found lacking in his brothers.
You think?
Did well to send him to ward. It seems the Red Keep, for all its privileges, may in fact be a less than salubrious environment for the forming of young men.
You think?
Was it the court? Was it their mother?
It's a combination of things.
Sure you did your best.
You were forced into a bad situation by your father. And there was no good reason for it, other than his wanting to reach for something that he already fucking had, and he shouldn't have been trying to reach higher for royalty. He was already the hand. That should have been good enough.
This one stopped singing.
I thought we might light a candle for Aegon and all our lost souls.
Aww.
You, where'd you get that food? Rhaenyra's ships. Ships? They came ashore in the middle of the night with gifts.
This is how the Game of Thrones is played. Not just with dragons and swords. Gossip and subterfuge.
We must leave. Now. Get the queens to the wheelhouse! Queen of fishes!
The Queen of Fishes.
Get to the wheelhouse!
No!
No! Sheathe your swords!
Sheathe your swords!
Yeah, I really don't know why they didn't have that already there waiting for them. Call them out into the crowded streets that are in chaos? The fuck are you thinking about? You don't take care of your people, they very well may just rise up against you.
The Grand Maester instructed me to.
The king will be most eager for his draft in an hour. Drink takes the pain away, but it dulls your mind. Take heart, your grace, you've already written yourself into legend. You survived Dragonfire. But I'm afraid you will never be whole. You will never run again. Your mind is all that remains to you. Do not say that gladly. Came screaming into the world. My lungs were strong, but my foot, my father named it sorcery, using a member of our household of casting malign spells. People will pity you, either behind your back, in your presence. They will stare at you. And they will underestimate you. And this will be your advantage. No. Your brother rules in your place now, which means that your life is in danger. But I think you know that.
David, she's gone.
I'm sorry. You needed me. I'm here now.
Your Grace. Sorrowful news from Riverrun, my king. Lord Grover is dead.
The old man.
Indeed.
Ah.
What was the manner of Lord Grover's passing?
My own healer, Alys Rivers, volunteered her renowned skills. There was not more to be done.
Is this it? Is this it? I think it is. Dragon's after me. It won't leave me alone. Where can you run to, Adam? Oh, holy cow.
Don't show fear, huh? He's definitely showing fear.
I'm telling you, I think the dragon just wanted him. So I don't think it would have mattered.
My own son questions my capabilities. Thinks I need Damon at my...
He has ever done what suits Damon.
They're just going off what they've seen, is that it seems like Damon helps and Damon has control and Damon is the support and Damon is who the court takes seriously.
I fear he may have turned against me.
It is more his way to disappear.
In either case, I have lost him. And Caraxes with him.
I don't know. I think this madness he's going through at Harrenhal is going to help him turn around at some point.
How will I rule a kingdom when my own son doubts me?
You have to...
Have me?
No, you can't depend on her. You have to give him reason to have faith in you. Stop giving him reason to doubt you. You are more resilient than that.
My father, he had his pleasure with me. Seed had taken root. There is a scar here as well.
That explains why she didn't want Damon's kid.
He left me for dead.
Or couldn't.
I'm so sorry.
I swore to myself I would never trust another. That oath has stood me well. This world is cold and cruel, and you in it who are steadfast. You, I think, are steadfast. As worthy, as an equal even. Of that I will serve you.
You are getting too close too fast. I definitely think you should use Masseria for her counsel. I do not think you should befriend her. Or get romantic with her. I'm sure you're feeling a certain amount of loneliness and miss that, but well, I'm glad I have not heard any high and mighty assholes bitching about that.
Great.
So far.
The Dragon Sea Smoke has been sighted flying over Spicetown. He has a rider.
Yay! Woohoo!
Who else it could be?
Not the Greens.
She's going out there with hers.
This ought to be fun. So Jace wouldn't have even had to say anything, but I think it's still good that he did, because that way the idea is already in their head. They don't need to be like confused and wondering how on earth this happened. They can know because they already had the idea that maybe these dragon seeds will actually work. My husband's looking at me like I'm crazy.
You are. You know it.
But now you don't need to worry so much about getting spoilers on that stuff, because that's what those spoilers were all about, was the dragon seeds. Woo! I enjoyed that episode. That was good. I know I've seen a couple shorts with Damon later on with the Harrenhal thing, so I'm pretty sure he does eventually turn around and start to support Rhaenyra. I think he's just got to go through these courses with Harrenhal and Alys River stuff, whatever is going on. I think it's an important part of what he needs to go through to get his shit back together and get his head on straight. Like a weird kind of therapy. You've been through all kinds of fucked up shit. You've got this fucked up mentality because of the world you live in, and you've done all kinds of fucked up shit. And now you need to kind of like work through it, make amends, all of that stuff. I think that's kind of what's going on there.
It seems like you watched reactions of this episode before you watched the episode.
No, so what it is that there's people that do reactions, but they also do other stuff. And I've been watching the other stuff. And this one guy named David Lightbringer did this whole thing about Harrenhal, what he thinks is up with Harrenhal and Alys Rivers. And he did another thing on the dragon seeds and how to like claim a dragon. That's where a lot of that comes from. Plus, I go ahead and watch the shorts whenever they come up. I have been doing the episodes and then doing an inside the episode afterwards. And I have decided that I am going to use my time reacting to the inside the episode to also discuss the episode a little bit, maybe discuss a little bit of what I'm seeing from reactors and the showrunners and things like that. And then at the end of each inside the episode, starting from episode 5 and on, I'm going to be asking questions of the show. The best liked and least liked scenes, the biggest winners and losers of the episode, master acting and deficient acting in the episode, and just a kind of basic judgment of the show. So if you want a little bit more discussion, you want more input about the episode, I will have that in my inside the episode reactions. That's all I've got for you this week. I will see you next week.
Until next time, I'll see you when I see you. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications.